Gigi, welcome to Homeground.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
You're looking so flat.
Yo, it's been a while.
It has.
I'm just super happy to be back home.
I'm excited that you're here. You're going to be performing tonight as well. Tell us about the track.
Yo, Where You Are, George Kwagga, doing really well. We've just hit 50,000 streams in the US. Really excited about that off the album. Yeah. We're getting ready for our European tour and our tour in the States as well. And just like shout out to everybody who's worked on the album with us. It's really game-changing. It's subtle, but it's very game-changing.
Yeah. Speak about it. Set in Stone. Firstly, why that title?
Set in Stone, man. I'm the baddest female rapper on the continent.
Come on! Hallelujah! Say it again, baby.
And I think for the longest time, you know, you struggle to grapple with the fact that, you know, if there was an Olympics for hip-hop artists, you'd want to be out there representing your country. So I think I'm just taking it all in and making sure that I represent in terms of African hip-hop. So it's Set in Stone. Hip-hop is where I'm at. South African hip-hop is where I'm at.
Right.
And yeah.
Speaking of South African hip-hop, what does South African hip-hop look like to you? Because I feel like there's so many different variations where we're either simulating the US or, you know, we're going maybe too far on the African side and we're losing that hip-hop, you know, aspect of it. So what is South African hip-hop in by your definition?
Has been, guys, it's been a long one coming. I mean, from a KO to a Questa to a Blackie right now to a Big Zulu, I think right now it's about, you know, doing hip-hop but localizing it as much as you can.
Absolutely.
So that whether you're at EPRI or you're at Wits University or you're at JP Boys, you know, there's still a sense of, you know, being proud that you're African. So I think now we really have an obligation as South African hip-hop artists to make sure that it still sounds local.
Right.
There's still that flavor. I mean, even on the album, we had the lock drums, which was Yano's inspired, and shout out to them who are pushing such a great movement. So I think right now it's really about that. Let's try and localize as much as we can, so we're not trying to sell ice to Eskimos, you know, in the States and stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of not trying to sell ice to Eskimos and stuff like that, what are you talking about in your album? What topics are you addressing there?
Yonki into from just you know, being strong. I think you know, when you're a Gigi or when you're a Lungster, when you're a Mini, there's just so many things that you go through. So I just really wanted to create a soundtrack for everyone, you know, that there's something to whether Usempini, and that features Big Zulu and Anzo, to Mashonisa and girls getting their own money with Kazi and Busi, so to, you know, just like a soundtrack.
Come on, you sound like you have some big names. You just name dropping.
Yeah, so for me it was really trying to create a soundtrack for different aspects of my life, what I've been going through, what I've seen other people going through, because you're not going to live long enough to make all your mistakes or go through everything that everyone else is going through. But when somebody listens, it's so nice to hear, hey, Ndwana track 4 is the one for me.
Oh, I love that. I'm so excited to hear your performance at the end of the show. And I mean, you've had such a beautiful career, and the fact that you're still killing it, still at the top of your game, and the features that you've got on your album, I think, are very exciting. And that for me encompasses exactly what the South African entertainment industry is all about. Pulling from all the different aspects and coming out with the masterpiece. We're so excited for your performance. But of course...